Mark Gahey, Conor Gallagher, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Callum Wilson, Calvin Phillips. These players all have more England caps than Jarrod Bowen and considerably more England caps than Jarrod Bowen. Jarrod Bowen has been capped 4 times for England in his entire history. And James Ward-Prowse, I believe, has been capped 11 times for England. And once again, they were overlooked. They were overlooked in the national team selection that has just come. The prior one when we played Scotland. There will be another one coming up, I think, in the next couple of weeks. Surely they have to make the squad. Surely they have to make the squad. I mean, right now, we probably have the most in-form English winger in the league. Yes, you can make a case for Bukayo Saka. I believe he's got 4 goals and 2 assists. Jarrod Bowen's got 5 goals and 1 assist, playing in what you would argue to be a lesser team in West Ham, a team that's not playing as well because obviously we're lower in the league. A team that has played harder fixtures than Arsenal as well. Let's not forget. I would say we've got the most in-form English winger in the league. And of course, the winger's job is to score goals. Bowen has more goals than Saka. Yes, he's got 1 more assist, but also one of those goals was a penalty. And I don't believe Jarrod Bowen has scored a penalty yet this season. I don't think we've been awarded a penalty yet this season. So in my eyes, we've got the absolute best English winger in the Premier League currently at the moment, based on form. If you're talking about who's a better player between Bukayo Saka and Jarrod Bowen, West Ham fans and Arsenal fans, you can argue about that all you want. I think potential-wise, probably Bukayo Saka is better. But right now, form-wise, Jarrod Bowen is a better player on form. You then look at James Ward-Prowse. I believe he has 3 goals and 2 assists. James Maddison has 4 goals and 2 assists. Or 2 goals and 4 assists. I can't exactly remember. But he's got 1 more goal involvement than James Ward-Prowse. But besides that, we have the second best / most informed English midfielder in the Premier League. And neither of them can get a sniff for England. I mean, I remember the days of, Aaron Cresswell in his prime not getting a shout for England. Mark Noble in his prime never, ever been able to get into that England squad. Yes, he had good midfielders in there, but there's absolutely no way Mark Noble in his prime didn't deserve to play for England. It's simple as. He absolutely deserved to play for England at least once in his career. He was brilliant. So I don't want to see another case of this. I don't want to see another case of West Ham players getting overlooked, it's mainly just English players, really. I mean, a lot of our players get called up for international action. You've got Aged, Zuma, Paqueta, Areola, Soufal, Soucek, Emerson, I believe, plays for his national team as well. Ben Rama always plays for Algeria. Kudus is one of the best Ghanaian players in the whole entire squad. Antonio gets called up for Jamaica. I mean, yeah, it's not a huge amount of competition there. But you look at James Ward-Prowse and Jarrod Bowen, who arguably are 2 of our best players, and they just cannot make it in the England squad. They just can't seem to make it. How Jarrod Bowen has only been capped 4 times. He brought Eddie Nketiah last time over Jarrod Bowen. Eddie Nketiah. He brought Calvin Phillips over James Ward-Prowse, who at the time I think was the most informed midfielder in the league. James Maddison has literally just picked up quite a few goals and assists before that. Post that, sorry. But how are you bringing on? I mean, look at this squad here. You got Declan Rice, Bellingham. I mean, they're nailed on. I'm not going to argue with you on that. There's no way James Ward-Prowse will ever get in that England squad if Rice and Bellingham are in it. However, you've then got Calvin Phillips. I mean, come on, how on earth is Phillips getting in that squad? He hasn't even played a minute for City. I mean, it's horrendous. He's only just done it now because obviously the injury to Rodri, the suspension to Rodri. But how is he getting in that squad when Ward-Prowse has played a whole year of football for Southampton and had some good stats in a relegation team, and then prior to this team selection hadn't not recorded a goal or assist in a game? Since he's recorded. I mean, he's only just, I think, not recorded a goal or assist in the recent Liverpool game. So for 5 games in a row, he got a goal and assist. And I think that counts for Europe as well. You then look at the front line. You've got Harry Kane, Rashford and Foden. Phil Foden, I think, is a terrific player, but for me, doesn't actually fit in to that right to winger role. And I think Jarrod Bowen, based on form, is playing better than Foden at the moment. And then you look at the bench over here. You look at who's on the bench. You've got Carl Walker, Trippier, fair enough. Oh, sorry, that's starting lineup. You got Callum Wilson. Fair enough, he's on form, but is he on the form of Jarrod Bowen? I don't think so. Tomori, fair enough. Saka, Pickford, Nketiah. Come on, how is Nketiah in the squad? Jordan Henderson. Jordan Henderson was in the squad over James Ward-Prowse. Jordan Henderson was in the squad over James Ward-Prowse. I mean, I know you pick your favourites, but that is crazy. I think Abira Eze as well has more England caps than Jarrod Bowen. And don't get me wrong, I think Eze is a terrific player, but based on form, Jarrod Bowen is way, way better than him based on form. And you don't just pick, don't get me wrong, you don't just pick players based on form. But when you've got players who are a similar level, you know, I'm not asking for a championship or a League One player based on forms we put in the squad. I'm sitting there and saying these two players are more or less inseparable. You know, there's not much in it between how good Bukayo Saka is, potential-wise. Okay, fair enough, different arguments. There's not that much in how good Bukayo Saka is compared to how good Jarrod Bowen is at the moment. There's honestly not that much in it. So how do you differentiate? Use form, you know. You want to pick players who are in a good run of form. Like Marcus Rashford, yeah, he's a good player, but he's got like 1 goal, 1 assist for United. And yeah, that's not the be all or end all. But if you're sitting there and saying, oh, who's the best winger for England at the moment, and you look at Marcus Rashford, 1 goal, 1 assist, you look at Jarrod Bowen in West Ham side, 5 goals, 1 assist, you say, do you know what? Maybe it's worth giving him a chance. I just cannot understand how Conor Gallagher, Henderson, and Phillips have all got in that squad over James Ward-Prowse. Maddison totally deserves being there. No arguments there. But I can't understand how any of them have managed to get in that squad over James Ward-Prowse based on form, based on the player he is, based on the free kicks he can give. And then you look at Jarrod Bowen, you've got Foden, Kane, Rashford, and then you've got Callum Wilson, Abira Eze. I think that's probably about it. Saka as well. Are you seriously telling me that Jarrod Bowen doesn't get in over any? I mean, Nketiah, for Christ's sake. I mean, come on, what are we talking about here? Eddie Nketiah over Jarrod Bowen. I mean, that is just Big Six biased at its absolute purest form. It has to be. Otherwise, why on earth is he not getting picked for this England squad? And like I said, I don't want a situation again where we've had Mark Noble, Aaron Creswell, 2 players in their prime who are absolutely brilliant and deserve to play for England, not getting the chance because they play for West Ham. And I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that the only reason they're not getting picked is because they play for West Ham. But quite honestly, it does feel like that. If it was like Jarrod Bowen played for Liverpool right now, he'd be in that England squad. It felt like if James Ward-Prowse played for Tottenham, he would be in that England squad right now. That is honestly how it feels to me, because why is Eddie Nketiah in that squad? Played well for the under-21s, has done okay for Arsenal, but no, he's not good enough. He's not good enough for Arsenal. He's not good enough for England. Callum Wilson, I can see the argument. I can see it there. You know, I can see him scoring the goals for Newcastle and playing okay, but at the same time, I just think Jarrod Bowen offers so much more. And I suppose in Southgate's head, he's thinking, well, yeah, Bowen's good, but if I've got 2 players better, there's no point bringing him. But he just offers so much more. And I think he absolutely has to get a call up to this. He's scoring for fun. 5 goals in 7 games is ridiculous. He's the 3rd top scorer in the league. Not just, you know, I think Son and Haaland are higher than him, but he's the most in-form English player probably at the moment. Not even winger, just English player at the moment. He's probably the most in-form English player at the moment, and he cannot get into the England squad. And that to me is just incredible. Like, it's just ridiculous. But anyway, I don't want to go on too much of a rant about it. I just really don't want to have a case again of a West Ham player not getting the call up that they deserve. And I think as well, a lot of the time, you only see how good your opposition's players are. Like, I didn't really rate Bukayo Saka that much. I saw him play for England, and I thought, you know what, I'm actually wrong about Bukayo Saka. He's actually really, really good. There are loads of players that I've slated probably over the years, seeing highlights or whatever. They've played for my national team, and I've actually gone, do you know what, I'm wrong about them. I think they're actually quite good. And I think that's what happened with Declan Rice. So many England fans actually went, hold on, West Ham have been banging on about this guy, whipping balls across and reading the game brilliantly for 2 years. They're actually right, actually. He's actually quite good. And I think the same needs to be said for Jarrod Bowen. No one actually recognises how good he is, the work rate he's got, how just how well he can strike a ball, the form. You know, he can head the ball, he can shoot the ball. His dribbling is second to none. He's absolutely brilliant. And I just think if we saw more of him in the England squad, then it would just allow him to get the praise he deserves and make West Ham fans stop looking like absolute idiots who are absolutely raving out Jarrod Bowen and singing songs about him all the time. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think that Jarrod Bowen and James Ward-Prowse will get picked in the next national team selection, which I believe is in the next coming weeks? There should be a national break, I think, in the next 3 weeks. Do you think they should be picked for that? Who would you put in their place? And I'll see you on the next one.